Hello and welcome to the show. This is In the Game on News Central TV. I am Udoka Njoku. There is a whole lot to look out for in the world of sport, especially what happened right there in Europe, talking about the UEFA Champions League. And for Arsenal fans, well, they would say it was a tough one between the Gunners and Bayern Munich. But of course, they still have a chance to go over there to the Allianz Arena to right their wrongs and make it to the semi-finals of this season's UEFA Champions League. And for Real Madrid, a tough one against Manchester City, and we saw 6 goals in that one. 6 amazing goals in the game between Real Madrid and Manchester City. But of course, there's still a whole lot more to talk about right here on the show. And you can join us online by following us on our social media pages and then subscribing to our YouTube channel at News Central TV. All right, let's start off the show with our top 5 stories, starting off with bronze medalists from the 2023 African Games in Ghana and Nigeria's senior female cricket team. The female Yellow Greens will join host Rwanda and 6 other countries for the 2024 Udoka tournament in Kigali. Now, the 10th edition of the tournament is scheduled for May 27, and this will run through June 8th at the Gahanga International Cricket Stadium. Now, other teams confirmed for the competition include Uganda, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Kenya, Malawi, and Cameroon. Now, the hosts are still expecting Tanzania, Namibia, USA, and Japan to confirm their participation in the expanded tournament. Now, the female Yellow Greens will be making their 5th appearance at the tournament, which they finished 4th last year after losing to Kenya in the 3rd place playoff. From cricket, let's talk about football as Nigeria referees continue to suffer blackouts from the international competition at all levels. And the FIFA Referees Committee has announced the appointment of match officials from across the globe for the upcoming Olympic football tournament, Paris 2024, with a notable representation from Africa. Now, among the 89 officials selected, 12 are from Africa, demonstrating the continent's expertise and contribution to the international football stage, but no officials were considered from Nigeria. And the women's tournament is scheduled to kick off on July 25, culminating with the gold medal match at the Parc des Princes in Paris on the 10th of August 2024. Similarly, the men's competition will also commence on the 24th of July with the final match set for August 9, also at the Parc des Princes. Now, these African match officials will undergo rigorous preparation and will continue to receive close monitoring and support from a team of FIFA technical trainers, including the referees and video assistant referee instructors. Away from that one, let's go straight to our 3rd story on our top 5. As the South African police said, they have arrested 6 suspects for the murder of footballer Luke Fleur, who played for popular Johannesburg side Kaizer Chiefs. The 24-year-old defender was gunned down last week as he refueled his car at a gas station in the northwestern suburb of the city. Now, authorities have said Fleur was waiting to be served at a petrol station when he was confronted by 2 men who ordered him out of the vehicle at gunpoint. Once he got out of his car, they shot him driving away in his vehicle. Now, the arrests were made earlier on Wednesday in Johannesburg, southwestern township of Soweto, 2 days after the detectives recovered Fleur's car. Now, investigators believe the suspects are part of a crime syndicate responsible for other car hijackings in Johannesburg's Gauteng province. Now, Kaizer Chiefs are one of South Africa's top teams, having won a record 53 domestic trophies. Away from South Africa, let's go straight to Ghana as Ghanaian forward Joseph Paintsil was racially abused during the Major League Soccer derby between Los Angeles Football Club and LA Galaxy. Now, the 26-year-old suffered racist remarks on social media as LA Galaxy suffered a 2-1 defeat to their main rivals. Now, Los Angeles Football Club have reported the incident to the MLS, with investigations already opened to find the culprits. The club is standing by the player and are ready to hand him the necessary support to continue his career in the United States. Now, Paintsil joined the MLS Giants in February as a designated player after leaving Belgium Giants KRC Genk. And from there, let's go straight to another story, as a Spanish tennis player has been banned from the sport until 2039 after admitting 235 corruption charges. Aaron Cortez, who is 29, fixed the outcome of matches for money. He bet on tennis and also failed to report corrupt approaches and gave money to tournament officials in exchange for a wild card. And this was reported by the International Tennis Integrity Agency, that's the ITIA. Now, it gave him a 15-year ban and fined him $75,000, of which $56,250 is suspended. And the offenses took place between 2016 and 2018. Now, the ITIA was set up to safeguard the integrity of professional tennis worldwide. It also said that Cortez, who reached a career-high singles ranking of 955, cooperated fully with the investigation and also accepted an agreed sanction. Now, he is banned from playing in, coaching at, or attending any tennis event authorized or sanctioned by the Association of Tennis Professionals, the International Tennis Federation, Women's Tennis Association, or any national tennis association. All right, that's a wrap on our top 5 stories. Let's go on a break. There's still a whole lot more to talk about right here on the show, In the Game on News Central TV. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. It is still In the Game on News Central TV. I am Udoka Njoku. You can reach us on social media and do subscribe to our YouTube channel at News Central TV. All right, our last story on our top 5 took us to the world of tennis, and it is about a ban. But this time around, let's go straight to the world #1 tennis player, Novak Djokovic. He is up and running on the European clay. Now, the Serbian moved past Roman. Great win for Novak Djokovic right there at the Monte Carlo Masters. Now, let's go straight to another game that was played. It was Jack Draper who suffered a narrow first-round defeat by Hubert Hurkacz at the Monte Carlo Masters. Now, the world number 39, Draper lost 6-4. All right, talking about the world of tennis, and it's quite a tournament so far in that one. We've seen the big boys qualify for the next stage and also some major upsets in that tournament as well. All right, from tennis, let's go straight to the world of football, as Super Falcons of Nigeria have now qualified for the 2024 Olympics after a 16-year absence from the competition. Now, the coach, Randy Waldrum-led side, has secured qualification. He did this on Tuesday after seeing out a goalless draw against the Banyana of South Africa to win 1-0 on aggregates. But let's hear from the coach, Randy Waldrum, and also a reaction from the coach of the South African side, the Banyana, talking about Desiree Ellis.
Well, she was so for a brief moment, but she's opted and settled for a corner. As Ramalep.
Oh, extremely proud. It's been, I think, 16 years since Nigeria has gone to the Olympics. So it was a big accomplishment for us to come in here on the road and do what we had to do to get a result.
I think we wanted to go forward a lot more, and sometimes, especially in the first half, we played backwards and had possession but no progression, and we tried to say, let's move, let's go forward. And in the second half, I think we gave everything we had. You know, it just wouldn't go in. 1 or 2 chances either side of the keeper didn't go in, but very proud of the team. I think we gave everything we had today, and unfortunately it wasn't the result we wanted.
Congratulations to the Super Falcons of Nigeria qualifying for the Olympics after 16 years. So big celebrations for the Nigeria female team. And also Zambia secured qualification by defeating Morocco in a difficult game on Tuesday at the Prince Moulay El Hassan Stadium in Rabat. The game concluded with a 2-0 victory for Zambia, giving them a 3-2 lead on aggregate.
هدف أول إضاءة للمنتخب الوطني المغربي في سام جريدي. أول محاولة جاءت كرة عرضية جانبية دخول داخل منطقة الجزاء بمتابعة بروس موبي والآخر فاندا باربارا كترفع كرة داخل منطقة الجزاء. خليل جربيشي كتبعد الخطورة من جديد لصالح المنتخب الوطني المغربي. مباشرة لونغو إيرين ترفد هذه الكرة داخل منطقة الجزاء رأسية وإبعاد. أخذ ورد صعيبة هذه الكرة، صعيبة هذه العملية الهجومية داخل منطقة الجزاء والهدف الأول. يعني المنتخب الزامبي انتظر الى حدود الدقيقه 39 واللعبه اللي حضرنا منها كثير باربارا باندا كتمكن من تسجيل هدف ديال التعادل ان صح التعبير اكتساب مباراه الذهاب والاياب. طريقه ديال استلام الكره ثم بعد ذلك القيام بالتسجيل. النتيجه المسجله 1-0. لاحظوا الاعاده هنا التمرير اشراك ناتشو لاراشيل باربارا.
That game ended 2-0 in favor of Zambia and making it 3-2 on aggregate, qualifying them for the Olympics. Yes, the result on your screen. 1-0 aggregate win for Nigeria and Zambia winning Morocco 2-0 to secure a 3-2 aggregate win for the Shipolopolo, as Nigeria and Zambia have now qualified for the Olympics. All right, from there, talking about celebrations now for Fleetwood United over there in the United Arab Emirates. They were crowned champions of the 2023-2024 Second Division Club League competition after defeating Njoku FC by 2-1 in the final match that took place on Saturday at the Al Hamriyah Club Stadium at the end of the 26th round of the competition. Now, gracing the occasion on the night to honor the champions were Salem Al-Shamsi, second vice president of the Football Association and chairman of the tournament committee. And of course, there was Yahya Khalaf Al-Matrushi, who is a member of the board of directors and a member of the tournament committee. Now we have joining us on the show, Ayere Sylvester, the first team assistant coach, Fleetwood United Football Club in Dubai. And I would say first thing will be congratulations once again to Fleetwood United. Good to have you with us.
Yeah, the pleasure is all mine. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. We're in the mood of celebration.
Of course, I will surely continue celebrating over here because you are a Nigerian and you're doing us proud over there in the UAE. Before I get to talking about Fleetwood Town, what do you make of the Super Falcons qualification for the Olympics after 16 years?
Well, it's a joy for every Nigerian. You would love to see your country in Olympics. It's a big tournament. It was very sad when we didn't go to the World Cup, and you could see kids asking me, Ayere is still playing the World Cup. I say no. So you can see it shows that our play football is consistency. They did so well in the World Cup and now Olympics. That's that there's growth. I'm really happy that I get to watch the Super Falcons Olympics. Yeah.
Right, of course, everyone is really happy for the Super Falcons qualifying for the Olympic Games. Now, let's talk about you now. You signed your first professional coaching contract with Fleetwood United Football Club for 1 year. Now, here you are, champion of the second division. How does this make you feel?
Well, it's obviously every coach is always happy to be part of success, to be part of history, because this is history for us in Fleetwood. For me as a coach, it's history. So it's something to always remember that, okay, a part of a very good team, a great team that's Fleetwood, to make this history in UAE. So I'm really happy. I'm really happy. It's just like a constant reminder that you can always get better. You can always achieve what you set to achieve. You can always improve yourself and see the result, you know. So that's just it for me.
All right. Now, I will also hear that you currently serve as the coach of the Under-23's pathway to professional football, as well as first-team assistant coach of Fleetwood United, while remaining with United Football Club Under-15. Now, how do you manage all of these roles?
Well, like you said, first of all, I must appreciate the management of Fleetwood. No matter what you do, no matter how good you are as a coach, you always crave for opportunity to show your coaching skills, right? And that's what we all pray for, to have a space to showcase our coaching skills. So I give kudos to the likes of Mike, Andy, and James for giving me the opportunity to work in Fleetwood. So it's easy, as you can see from the name, Under-23 pathway to pro. So it's just like more like we are linked to the first team. You know, it's like a program we run here in UAE, whereby we bring players from all over the world, from Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Nigeria, Tanzania, South Africa, all over the world. So they come in for the party to put on 23. And it's easy for me to just be the coach while I also assist the head coach in the first team. So it's an easy task. And due to our training session, it's quite flexible. It's quite flexible for me to achieve both states.
Now, talking about flexibility, I know a couple of Nigerian football players who play here in Nigeria always want to seek greener pastures outside the shores of the country. Now, at what age or when do you think it is ripe enough for these players to leave the shores of the country? Because we've seen a couple of Nigeria Premier Football League players who probably after 1 or 2 seasons, they think they've arrived and they think the next thing is to go over there to seek greener pastures. What's your advice for these players who ply their trade here in the country currently?
Well, like I said, it's not all about traveling. It's not about traveling. It's all about traveling right. You get. I've met a lot of players in UAE who came for maybe greener pasture or try to get club, and they are practically insufficient. Let me just use that word. They can play. Actually, they can play the game, but their game knowledge is not just there. So what I will always advise is because the football is getting more competitive. It's becoming it's getting more competitive. There's a lot of statistics that involved. People sign players based on statistics, and it's easy to track the consistency of a player through stats. You get. So what I will advise players is always not just be obsessed with traveling, but you should be obsessed with always getting better as a player while you play in a competitive football back in Nigeria. That is very important. I see a lot of players sending me messages that I want to come for trials. And as the way you play, they say, I just play street football. It doesn't make sense. So when you are playing in a competitive football, like let me say example of the CCP or the Nigerian League, you should be able to, subject yourself to high pressure football, high pressure game. So that when you move for trials, you are used to the pressure, because when you talk for trials, it's a different ball game. Good pitch, different culture, different player with different intelligence, different coaching skills, different expectation, different pressure. And most of them don't cope with this pressure. But then they're coming from trial, they don't cope with the pressure. So I always advise players, in football, opportunity will always come. It's a guarantee. As long as you are active in the system, as long as you are always competitive, because you can put yourself in EPFL, NLL, NLO, but as long as you are competitive, you are active, and you can easily track your progress. Maybe highlight video, through statistics, proper market, so it's easy. So when you are ready and you come for trial, there's no going back. Like Iman of the former insurance of Blender Insurance, who's going to play for United, my very close to the UAE. Because he came in ready. He has already proved he has already made his mark in Nigeria. Yeah. And he came ready because he's making it here. So that is just my advice for any player who's thinking about making the next step to try for trial. Be ready. Be ready. Not just because of money. Be ready. Your game knowledge, game intelligence, your fitness, your psychology, your emotions. You have to make sure that all these things, all these box is fitting. So when you come in, you fit in. That does it. Thank you.
All right, so thank you very much. And of course, that is a key word, be ready before you make any move. And I'm sure you were quite ready before you moved over to the UAE, despite the challenges over there being a Nigerian manager. But now, let's talk about your plans now. Have you got plans of moving on from Fleetwood, or you're on the verge of signing a new contract with the club? Because we've not heard anything so far.
Life is all about plan anyway. A man is governed by plan. If you don't have plan, then you're already living a lost life. I have plan, but right now I'm not in a haste to make any step because I'm still growing. Like I said, you have to be ready, but opportunity will always come. Coach Ayere is always growing, and the most important thing, like I said before, I'm still in the right space with Fleetwood. I'm still in the right set of people, great people, the likes of Mike, Andy, James. These are the kind of people that will help you to grow. So I feel I still need them to still grow, maybe for a couple of years, because I really want to get it right. I don't want to always be in a haste, success could be deceiving. But the most important thing is you knowing that you're on the right path. You are learning from people who have your interests at heart, who want you to grow, who don't get intimidated by your coaching skills. So for me, I think I have all those things in place for now, and see a safe space for me to keep improving my coaching skills. So for now, I'm not really in a case to make a move. Thank you.
All right. Now let's come down to the national team level. Now, what do you think about foreign coaches and indigenous coaches for national teams, especially in Africa?
First of all, before we talk about foreign coach, I need to make a statement. I don't know if we know that all the countries that have won World Cup, no country has used foreign coach to win World Cup. I don't know if you know, and you should know, obviously. So what does that tell us? It shows that there's something about you having your coach to lead your national team. You know, football is all about culture, right? Football is all about culture, and culture is formed over time. Culture is not something you just create overnight. It's something that you form overnight. So something must tell you that if all these countries that won World Cup, I think 8 countries that won World Cup, they've all won this cup with their own coach. You get? So it shows that there's something between your coach. There's a nexus between your own coach and the national team. You get? So yeah, foreign coach might just come with their culture, their mindset, and try to change the whole thing. But it doesn't always work for Africa. You can see what happened with the Moroccans in World Cup. They trusted their own local coach, and he was able to bring that genes and get Africa to semi-final by until they consider just one goal. You see, it's huge. For me, I've always preached. We Nigeria right now we don't have a playing culture in Nigeria. That's the biggest problem. That's why getting a coach for the Super League is always difficult, because we don't have a playing culture. We don't have an identity. Yeah, we don't have an identity. So it's always difficult to get a coach. And the fact that most Nigerian coaches have this inferiority complex. I know that's a heavy word, but that is a bitter truth. We have this inferiority complex. We have this low self-esteem. You get? We have this low self-esteem. Like I always say, nobody has monopoly of football knowledge. Nobody. Football knowledge is for everybody. It's for everybody. It doesn't care about your skin color, where you're coming from. You understand? It's a knowledge that can be accessible for everybody as long as you're ready to put in the work. Well, you see, most coaches from Nigeria, they have this low self-esteem, and maybe they can do it, maybe cannot. And Nigeria fans have so low self-esteem towards our local coaches. You understand? If, for example, now we get a foreign coach for the Super Eagles, and he makes some kind of mistakes, you see a very boring practice, we are always patient with him. Let's give him time and stuff like that. But if a Nigerian coach, maybe after just, for example, see what happened to Finidi, just 2 games, and he has been crucified all over the social media. But we've forgotten that we gave one coach almost 5 years or 6 years, another coach almost 2 years, 3 years. You understand? So these are things we need to address first as a nation. We need to, first of all, remove that stereotype from our local coach and trust them to deliver. Because I believe at the end of the day, we Nigerian coaches, we understand our suffering, we understand what the players are going through, we understand what Super Eagles mean to the Nigerian fan. You get? So and again, if the NFA or Nigeria or whoever is in charge of technical, I think it's also a weapon, right? If they need to create a culture for the Super Eagles. I was impressed with what I saw in AFCON. I think that should be more like our playing identity. I don't know. I used to see on social media people say we need to play beautiful football. I keep asking, what is beautiful football? What do you understand by beautiful football? Because the likes of Pep have so much given us create a delusion in our face in Africa that we want to we think passing the ball, pass is beautiful football. We Nigerians cannot play like Man City. We can never play like Man City. The earlier we accept that the better for us as a nation, we can never play like Arsenal. These people have access to top skilled players who are very skilled. They paid so much money to have them. You get? So you could see the identity we had in AFCON. defensive game and hit on counter. It works for us. So to me, that could be our identity. Same thing Morocco did. They stay on low block, mid block, and hit on counter. That could be Africa identity. That could be Nigeria identity. So we're all calling for beautiful football. And that's what Fleetwood did. He was trying to impress the part of Nigeria by playing and but you could see that formation was full of tactical deficiencies, too many spaces in between two players. Out of possession behavior was very bad. They don't attack fast enough. They don't come out to game fast. It's not our identity. Let's continue with what Pedro gave us. Defensive game, that's our strength. I think that if any Nigerian coach wants to succeed the Super Eagles, he needs to just follow the blueprint of what we saw in AFCON. Build the Super Eagles around hard-working players who love to play football when they don't have. Please, this is a very key statement. Players who love to play football when they don't have the ball with them. That's how we can succeed in the Super Eagles. We need to look for those hard-working players, not necessarily players playing in Europe. Because most times players playing in Europe, they are average players. They are below average. You get most players we invite to Super Eagles, we think they are foreign players. They are below average. We should look for players who are hardworking off the ball. That is what Super Eagles need. So for me, I will always come up for Nigerian coaches who have self-confidence, not low esteem coaches. Coaches who can pick and defend their tactics. You get who have a proven track record. That's another statement again. Because most times I see people pushing coaches and I make a research. When the last time this coach did something reasonable, maybe 10 years ago or 5 years ago. You get football is constant. Football revolves every time. We need a coach, a Nigerian coach who is in the game, who is in the system, who is active, who philosophy we can easily identify to. For example, if I mention Pep, you can know okay, Pep is this kind of coach. Klopp is kind of coach, and David Simon is kind of coach. But if you mention a coach in Nigeria, you can identify a tactics to him. I don't know if you're getting my point. So we need a coach who has a proven track record of a tactics that we can relate to. Okay, if we hire this coach now, Nigeria is going to play this way. Simple. That is just it. So Nigeria need to do more by trying to define how they play, not just pass. Pass is not football. That is not just football. You need to define your core moment in the game. So for me, always Nigerian coaches, you can't take your look at England. They give their people, their local coaches opportunity. Look at Germany, look at Spain. So we need to look at Senegal, look at Morocco. So we need to follow suit. Nigeria is the biggest black country in Africa. So why are we suffering to get coaches? Why are we suffering to produce our own coaches? We need to be exporting coaches to the other part of the world. We have the population. We have the passion. So what are we doing? So if you want to trust Finidi, trust Finidi. If you fail, you sack him. If you want to trust Amuneke, trust Amuneke. If you fail, you sack him. The world is not ending tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? The world is not ending. That is my take.
We talk about the whole of these African coaches who take charge with African teams, especially the likes of Cameroon, who just appointed a new manager, and it has thrown the whole of the Fecafoot in confusion. Now you have a thorough knowledge of African football, and I beg to ask this question. Do you have any intention of one day taking charge of the Super Eagles as a coach of the team?
I'm a proper Nigerian. I'm in the global world to learn as much as possible the coaching skills because I want to return back to my country. My end goal is to coach the Super Eagles. Like I always say, I want to. It's not if I want to coach the Super Eagles. I know I have the capacity. I know I have the coaching knowledge. I know I have the passion, and I understand the tactics that will work for the Super Eagles. And I know my strength as a coach. So, but right now, like I said, I'm learning aggressively. I'm learning aggressively the coaching knowledge. I'm studying the whole Africa culture. Because at the end of the day, my coaching skill is for Africa. My coaching skill is for Nigeria. My success without Nigeria is not complete. So at the end of the day, the dream is to come back home and coach Super Eagles. Yeah, that is the end goal. Of course, I'm passionate about Super Eagles, and I want to coach Super Eagles someday. So that's what I'm learning. That's what I'm here learning.
All right. We would look forward to one day having you come back home and also take charge of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I hope that dream comes true very soon. But thank you very much, Coach Ayere Sylvester, for joining us today on the show In the Game.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Thank you.
All right, we look forward to having more conversations with you. And as still talking football, let's go straight to other things happening. But today in the Ghana Premier League, we'll get to see interesting games in the GPL. The Berekum Chelsea will take on Dreams Football Club. Bibiani Gold Stars will take on Karela United. Bufako Tano versus Edwana Stars. There is Great Olympics versus Bechem United. Hearts of Lions will take on Accra Lions. Legon City versus Samatex. Mediama will take on Hearts of Oak. And Rio Tamale will be taking on Nations Football Club. In the Egypt Premier League yesterday, we saw a 6-0 win for the away team, Pyramids Football Club, taking on El Gona. While in the South Africa Premier League, Mamelodi Sundowns were 1-0 winners over Cape Town Spurs. All right, let's take a quick break. When we return, we will go to Europe and see what exactly happened in the UEFA Champions League. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. It is still In the Game on News Central TV. Now let's go straight to the UEFA Champions League, starting off with the game between Arsenal and Bayern Munich. That game ended in a draw. And of course, for the Arsenal fans, well, they were pained by some moments in that encounter, especially the penalty that was given away that ensured Bayern Munich went to...
Kane, and he scores, comprehensively done. Musiala for Bayern, and Coman, and he's hit the post. Goodness me, they could have won it.
Now this happens, maybe it happened before and you don't get punished, but this is the level. Against this kind of players, this kind of opposition, especially if they have a space, you know that they can punish you. And we have let them run in a few occasions, and that's something that obviously in the return leg we have to do much better. I don't know, but obviously that created some insecurity in the team because we have give them things that they have to earn it, and then you start to defend open space against teams that they have a huge capacity to hurt you there. But afterwards, I think we reacted well, and we never gave up. Thank you to the crowd again for the atmosphere. It was unbelievable. And we go again in Munich. Yes, but that
it was a bit tough. I felt like a lot of little decisions against us. I felt a bit like pushed from the crowd, which was a fantastic crowd. And for me and for all of us he did a huge mistake in not giving a hand penalty. I know it's a crazy situation, but they put the ball down. He whistles, he gives the ball free, and the defender takes the ball in its.
A worthy and interesting draw it was between Arsenal and Bayern Munich. 2-2 it was. And of course, we saw another game that was a 5-star performance from both sides that produced 6 goals. Real Madrid taking on
Vinicius Junior is back from a 1-game La Liga ban for Real. City are missing Kevin De Bruyne due to illness, but Josko Gvardiol has been past fit to play. This is brilliant from Bernardo Silva. Ravinga just drops the shoulder and got away from Grealish, and that is wrong-footed Ortega. Real a level. Camavinga with the shot, and it goes in. Sensational goals.
Energy in the game to press forward, and we were able to equalize and score again. And after that, I think after 60 minutes, when we lost a little bit of energy, where we were not able to put strong pressure in front, we had more problem. But we were able to come back in the game. Also, we were 3-2 down, and I'm satisfied, of course, because it was a fantastic game against a difficult team, but the game was equalized.
How crucial was it to find that third goal?
We controlled the game really well, and it was Madrid, so Bernabeu is special. We live this kind of situation many times. You go 2-3, okay, 10 minutes left, the game is over. He is never over. So, but we take the result. 1 week in Manchester, our people will be sold out. They will help us to score 1 goal. We will do the rest, and we'll try again to reach semi-final. It's simple. The team who wins will reach semi-final.
heard from Pep Guardiola, manager for Manchester City, saying that it is never over. Don't you blink when you play against a team as big as Real Madrid. They can stun you at any time. So it was 3-3 between Man City and Real Madrid, and of course 2-2 between Arsenal and Bayern Munich. Today we would get to see another explosive encounter between Paris Saint-Germain and Barcelona, and of course Atletico Madrid will welcome Borussia Dortmund right there, talking about the UEFA Champions League games to go down today. And from there, let's go straight to the NBA. Interesting games that were played yesterday. And for Philadelphia 76, Joel Embiid with acrobatic moves right there on the basketball court, leading his team, Philadelphia 76ers, to a win over their opponents, talking about the Detroit Pistons. Another man who made an effort to secure a win for his team is Giannis Antetokounmpo, but of course he suffered. And with that, let's look at the other results of games played. There was the New Orleans Pelicans beating the Portland Trail Blazers 110 to 100 points. There was the Clippers defeating the Phoenix Suns 105 to 92 points. Denver Nuggets beats the Utah Jazz 111 to 95 points. And for the San Antonio Spurs, with Victor Wembanyama scoring 17 points in that game, he helped his team to a 102 to 87 win over the Memphis Grizzlies. And the New York Knicks beat the Chicago Bulls 128 to 117 points. Miami Heat went on to win the Atlanta Hawks 117 to 111 points. And that's all Dre wrap on today's show. In the game on New Central TV, I am Udoka Njoku saying thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your days. And to my Muslim brothers and sisters, I would say Eid Mubarak to all of you. Have a great day.